Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Pankaj and I am a financial investing advisor. In this video, I want to give you 5 best index funds that you can buy and hold forever. As an investor, if you are interested in building a solid foundation for your portfolio by harnessing the growth and mitigating the risk, or if you are just thinking to start investing or trying to build a portfolio or planning to balance your portfolio, then this video is for you to watch. Let's get started. Thank you again for joining me today. As always, everything shared in this video is for informational purposes only. But if you hit that like button below, that would be a huge contribution in the growth of this channel going forward. As an investor, we should ask this question: why to build a balanced portfolio using index funds, and why they are the best index funds, and why they will make you and your family wealthy. If you look at the current market situation, it is full of ups and downs. In such a volatile market, index funds offer broad diversification, lower fees, and a passive investment approach, making them a reliable choice for investors who are seeking stability among uncertain market conditions. Further, if you really want to secure the financial future of yourself and your family, your investment portfolio should be built in a way that they last longer and the basics must be right. And how can I be so sure that these index funds will make you rich and still be worth holding in the far distant future? The first index fund you can buy and hold for the rest of your life is like a fund which has an investment in the entire stock market, which is going to be last forever no matter what. It is a fund that invests in the entirety of the US stock market, Vanguard's Total Stock Market Index Fund, with ticker symbol VTSAX or VTI if you prefer in ETF form. Through recessions, depressions, wars, pandemic, and everything in between, the US stock market has continued to churn and consistently grow the wealth of those that invest in it. Individual companies come and go, but the market is forever. And by investing in VTSAX, you get automatic diversification and direct investment in more than 3,500 companies on the US stock exchange, which is why I believe it's the perfect choice for the foundation of any strong, long-lasting investment portfolio. Year-to-date growth is more than 20%. 5-year growth is almost 67%. It has a very low expense ratio of 0.04%. Now let's move on to the second index fund. But to understand the second index fund on the list, you are first going to have to understand that the big brands and corporations that we have accustomed to and use daily, not all of them are US based. Many of them are international companies like major car makers, mobile company Samsung, Cadbury, Ericsson, and many more mega giants. They are all international brands which have generated wealth for decades. None of these companies are included in the VTSAX index fund because they are all companies headquartered and listed on stock exchange outside of the United States. But each of these companies is a top 10 holding on the number 2 index fund that you can buy and hold for the rest of your life. It is Vanguard's Total International Stock Index Fund, VGTSX, or in the ETF form, ticker symbol is VXUS. There are just simply too many great companies not listed on US stock exchange that you probably want access to with part of your portfolio. In addition to the benefit of adding diversification outside of the United States, also solidifies your financial future in your portfolio for times like 2002 to 2009, where lots of ups and downs, recessions, and financial turmoil, where foreign stocks outperformed US stocks. That trend has reversed in recent years, but no one can tell that if that will last forever. And if it doesn't, you are going to want international exposure in your portfolio. Now, what I have given you to this point are 2 foundational index funds. You can honestly make your entire portfolio out of just these 2 index funds and be set for life. It is a very sound investing strategy. Or you can use these 2 as the base of your investment pyramid, a rock solid foundation that everything else will be built upon. And that's why the next 3 index funds I am going to talk about are a little bit more specialized but no less effective at helping you achieve generational wealth by holding them as long as your life. Did you know that in the last 1 year, the S&P 500 index is up about 22%. But if you remove just magnificent 7 stocks like Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, and Tesla from that index of 500 stocks, the overall performance for for 2023 drops to almost zero. These are the 7 companies carrying the market in the last 1 year. The next index fund I am going to talk about is Invesco's QQQ. Do you know what is the common between QQQ and the Magnificent 7? Yes, the Magnificent 7 is holding almost 45% of the overall weight in QQQ. Technically, this is an ETF, but what can you do? QQQ tracks the Nasdaq-100 Index, and that's an index that tracks the 100 largest non-financial companies on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. If you are drawn to tech-savvy investments, QQQ ETF is tailored for you. And the 4th index fund on my list, once again, you can only get it as an ETF, not as an index fund, but it is SCHD, the Schwab U.S. Equity Dividend ETF. This ETF has had a rough year in 2023, but it has provided a strong track record of providing not only good dividend income to the people who invest in it, but good overall growth as well when we look at the 5-year or 10-year mark. But I think for any investor that wants to add a bit of dividend focus to their investment, SCHD is a fund that you can buy and hold forever without second thought. The last index fund I'm going to give you is a fund that I believe holds the key to really supercharging your wealth building if you hold this index fund over the long term. This fund is not that old compared to other funds that I have already talked about. And that one thing is that they all are heavily weighted towards the large stock in the stock market. It's the Advantage US Small Cap Value Index Fund. Ticker symbol is AVUVX. Also available as an ETF under ticker symbol AVUV. I show you why this index fund just might be the key to big returns for any index fund investor. AVU, this index fund offers exposure to small cap value stocks, which is historically shown to outperform over the long term. Its inclusion can enhance diversification and potentially boost returns for investors seeking broad market exposure with a tilt towards growth value stocks. So these are the 5 index funds that is great enough to build a portfolio to start with. Let me know in the comment section what is your portfolio mix and if you would like to know more about any specific ETF. If you found this information valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe for more financial insights. Until next time, happy investing.